All right, guys, so here is the homemade turkey noodle soup. We've had the turkey carcass in the freezer. It's a White Plains turkey, completely organic, and it keeps well in the freezer. So I've had this since Thanksgiving, and what I do here is kind of like mom is, add salt, little pepper, you know, onion powder, little garlic powder, sage rub. Add that with three bay leaves to the brine. Fill the big pot. This is a huge pot, so fill that about halfway. Split the turkey in half, throw it in, boil it for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You'll see the meat starts falling off the bone, and the marrow starts flavoring all that brine. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this boil longer. It's been about 2.5 hours. So let it, you can see the brine starting to really take shape here. What we're going to do is strain this, and then I've got some homegrown leeks from the garden and potatoes, and then I've got a bunch of frozen veg. Instead of using, you can use any kind of pasta for noodles that you want. My mother used to use egg noodles, but I'm going to use penne, something with a little more girth to it, and we'll get this going. So stand by. We'll be right back. And so far as measurements, when it comes to salt, pepper, onion, garlic, it's really to taste. You want the salt to match the salinity of your body, or the ocean, which is the same as the salinity of your body. So what I did here, and that's a pretty big pot. What I did here is, probably 4 tablespoons of salt, a little pepper, just for, cracked black pepper, and then onion and garlic, a couple bay leaves, and some sage rub, powdered sage, because it goes great with turkey. You can throw some butter in there, and you can see the meat just falling off there. The broth is just about ready. We're going to strain that. We're going to cut up our veg and put this thing together. So hang on. We'll be right back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to strain the broth and the turkey. Here it is. So what I did here is put a strainer above a colander just to make sure we get all of the little bits strained out of the broth. Okay. Here comes the turkey. Boom. It's a White Plains, completely organic. The bay leaves are a little stuck in there, so we'll just shake that out. Rinse this pot out. Alright, just rinse that out, and we're going to use that again. So then, what we're going to do is take that turkey. This is the Damascus knife that my wife got me. Big old thick blade, carbon steel. It's going to stay sharp forever. Christmas gift. So we're going to take that and we're going to strip the meat off of the carcass. Okay. You can see most of it's already fallen off the bone. And here's the broth right here. And all we're going to do here is add our veggie mix. I'm going to start off with potatoes because they take the longest, and our penne. It's got a little more substance to it. And then I'm going to add homegrown potatoes, homegrown leeks, carrots. Basically, this is the way my mom did it, the turkey noodle soup. So she used to use egg noodles. I'm going to use penne pasta, but basically it's the same way. This is how they did it. So this is our day in North Carolina. It's been raining. Kids are on spring break this week, so I'm able to get some filming done anyhow. It's been raining all day. It's cold, probably wind chill in the low 50s, so that's why it's a soup day. Comfort food galore. Okay, so we stripped the carcass. Really what you want to do is use your hands, use your fingers to get in there and pull all the meat off, including the dark meat on the underbelly. And what I do is use my fingers so you can get all the cartilage, all the small bones. You can feel the turkey and actually get rid of the small bones and cartilage. And what you're left is some nice turkey. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to dice the potatoes. I leave the skin on. I've already cleaned these twice, so I'm going to dice these potatoes, leave the skin on, add the leeks and the pasta. So that's your next step, and then we're going to add the rest of the veg at the end. Okay, so now these are the homegrown leeks, and I showed you in a separate video how I did this. These are store-bought. These are the leeks. You just put them in a little cup, have some water at the bottom. They start rooting. They start rooting here, and they're almost ready to plant. So I've got 2 of them in there. See, they're starting to root. You can grow your own leeks, just store-bought, and then put them in the garden. So these are the homegrown leeks that I did. And we're just dicing these up. They have a mild onion flavor. I also have some onions from the garden that I'm going to add, and some peppers. So that's going to go right over to the pot right here. Potatoes are already in there, nice and diced. That's what I love about this knife is it's basically a spatula and a knife all in one. It's huge. So here we can take a look, and you can see potatoes are in there, the leeks are in there. Now that's going to flavor up. What you can do, depending on how you like your broth, is you could always add some chicken stock. So just in case, sometimes turkey can be a little bland. You can add a little chicken stock to it just to flavor it up. I'm going to turn this up a little bit, then we're going to add the pasta. You know, whatever pasta you like. I've seen people use lasagna shells. You could use spaghetti, broken up spaghetti. You could use whatever you like. I'm using penne, egg noodles, whatever you like. So after that, once the pasta starts boiling and tendering a little bit, then we're going to add the veg. So that's next. Okay, so next is the homegrown peppers and onion. I always have a bag of this stuff, so keep it in the freezer. For whenever I make a quick soup, it's good to have. So, the kids have always liked soup. Lately, they're into McDonald's, all the fast food junk. But they're starting to get back into home cooked food. Real food, not fake food. So we're going to dice this up and add it to the soup mixture. When they were young, I used to make their own baby formula from scratch. Just peanut butter, banana. I had a strawberry one. Add baby formula, the baby formula mixture, add that to it with milk. Peanut butter, banana, strawberry would be one. Strawberry flavor would be one. And then we would do a blueberry flavor. So completely homemade baby food. That's what they grew up on when they were young. And when they got to be 3 or so, I started feeding them soup. They loved it. So they're starting to get back into homemade food. So that's really good. Anyhow, let's dice this up and then we'll add it to the mixture and keep going.